All
Yeah,
right.
there's definitely a pandemic though. I think I had it in February before they were testing everybody for it.
Yes.
It took me out for about 2 weeks. So, and knowing other people who also have tested positive, it's not a joke. Like, I'm not saying you need to be fearful, but you should have common sense. You know,
Yes.
yeah, it's
Yes.
like the flu. Nobody wants to get the flu either, but you should have common sense to exercise safety, if nothing else, and be mindful of other people. You don't want to give it to somebody then be the reason why they expire.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Being at home.
I was just
I'm sorry.
just really floored, but it is what it is, right?
Right.
It is what it is. So, in terms of where are you guys located?
Between Michigan and Georgia.
Michigan and Georgia. Okay, okay.
Primarily Georgia. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you guys are also feeling part of it down there big time because of all the different stipulations that have popped back and forth with you all. And then of course the stuff that's going on with Georgia now is really a trip. So I can
Hmm.
only imagine. I could only imagine.
It's okay. When you focus on what really matters, it doesn't impact you as much. Not that we're disconnected from. We don't put ourselves in situations that make it more difficult. So, like I said, we stay home. We order groceries in. We wear our mask whenever we do go somewhere, and we stay pretty safe. We stay pretty reserved. Yeah.
Well, that's really good. In terms of uh, you know, uh of course, we salute you. And what I mean by when I heard that you were Kim's wife and you are a DJ, I was
Mhm.
like, now one of the questions that came up to me, I was like, is she his DJ? Are you the tour DJ that goes with him? Are you out there, while he's doing all of that? So, and I immediately were like, wow, that's a big job, and especially if you have kids. And you say you have how many kids?
We're blended. We have five. We have five children. Yeah. Well, one is grown. One is 25. So Troy's 25. Alexandria's 12. Layla's 10. Christopher's 4. And Trinity is 1.
Wow.
Mhm.
So, um, like Big Dooley said, you have a football team, but then you correct that and said, no, I have four ballerinas and a basketball player like that. So,
Hey, Christopher can sing, though. So I don't know if he's going to be that. But he definitely, we have one boy full with a house full of women. So him and daddy are just, that's it. Those are the two guys. Yeah. 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 Now, as
yes.
far as the touring thing, so when I met Kim, I was transitioning into moving into DJing, and so I ended up with Christopher. So I couldn't go and do what I was used to doing on the road and things like that because with pregnancy comes sickness and all these things that you do as
Hmm.
a yeah. So I paused for a minute. He asked me if I wanted to go on the road, and I declined because I wanted to make sure I was that our household was good first. And then now we're in a different place. I have some ventures coming up soon, and being that the pandemic is here, we can't. None of us can move around. So yeah, hopefully when things open back up, that'll be the case.
So, stepping back to what you were doing prior to,
Hmm.
now, the type of DJ, were you more in the mobile side doing specific type of events, or were you doing any tour stuff, or were you doing any of the different shows, local shows, or what were you doing at that particular point?
At the time, I had written my goals down of what type of DJ I wanted to be, but I was more private party DJ. Hmm.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
So in terms of your format, are you specific format? Are you open format? What is your go-to music that you get called to play?
Oh, some of everything. I've been asked to do a couple Halloween
Format? Are
parties.
you open format?
Open format, yeah. So disco, old school. When you do like family reunions and things like that. Primarily that because I love old school music. I'm an old head when it comes to music. The old classics are my favorites.
Salute, salute, salute.
Just
now,
vibe
now
with
is
it.
now as we talk about, you with the old school and old, that era, that is where I live. I'm gonna tell you, I'm there, and I just seems like that music to me was so much more meaningful, and it had some more content, more substance to it. Not
Sure.
knocking, those of today, because people, I'm hey, you can't knock the hustle,
Right.
but at the same time, it doesn't grasp me like the music from back in the day. And of course, there's always that argument of when we were coming up and our parents was listening to the music that we were like, they were like, turn that music off and all this, so
Right.
it's a vicious cycle that continues to go. It just cascades on down.
Right.
So, but in your thoughts of today, the artists of today, the artists that come to mind to you that you listen to, do you have any of those in your playlist, or which ones pull you?
I like Khalid.
Okay.
I like Khalid. Female artist. I love her. She has a vibe. She definitely has a good vibe of wholesome music. That lyrics matter. The production of her music, like her song "Damage" that she just came out with, is I've listened to it maybe the songs you can listen to 50 times and never turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on right now. I look
Right.
at the Grammy list and I see who's nominated. I'm like, who are these people? So maybe I need to expand a little bit to see, maybe there's something I'm missing. But I listen to a lot of indie artists too, people that aren't top 100, you know, um, that you hear on the top 100 radio every day, because those are the ones that are grinding and trying to, get on. And they're super talented and super gifted, and we miss them. And that's the
Right.
part of what our responsibility is as a DJ, is to promote those people.
Indeed, indeed. So when you are um in a case like that, you come across an artist, and they hit you up and they say, we're trying to get out there. We need your help. And of course, you, just like the conversation you and I had today, it's our job to do that.
Hmm.
But I don't know if you've run into this, but I've run into the situation where they'll come and they'll just throw me a flash drive, or they'll throw me a CD, and there's no markings, no, the music is not titled right, all kinds of stuff.
Right.
What do you fix that on your own? Do you find yourself fixing that on your own to help the artist, or do you say, "Hey, come in, let me talk to you for a second"?
Come here, let me talk to you for a second. It's because they have to, if even if you don't know how to brand yourself, you should have the connect with somebody who can help brand you, to help bring you to a place where you're ready, where you care about what your stuff comes out, because you have to. If you
Right.
don't care, then what makes you think other people are going to care?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you want to show up as full as your potential as you can be. So for me to say, hey, look, I need you to do this, this, and this, and they do that, lets me know that they're ready. If they don't do that, it's like, okay, so how do you want it? Because I'm doing this for nothing. I'm doing this just to help you. So if you don't, yeah, you got to help yourself first, and then
Right.
yeah, yep.
Yeah. And that makes perfect sense. I see that we were talking about your equipment, and for the record,
Hmm.
when you were standing there, I said, what did you have? And you were telling us what you had. So for the audience, go ahead on and share that.
I have two 1200 Technics and DJM S9.
S9 DJ. You have a lot of DJs in this group right now that's really loving on you right now, because they are S9s and Rain DJs. The S9 has been really a staple in the culture for a while.
Right.
Um, and now the S11 comes out.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to see what that's about, and get some ideas on it, or?
I've looked at the S11 on YouTube, and There's part of me, I have a lot of patience. So I work with what I have before I have to get something else,
Hmm.
master that. So, I'm sure it has a few different, and it's always just like iPhones. There's always something a little bit different that, is going to switch the game up. But I could do what you can do with that one, you can do with this one too. So do you want to spend the extra money or do you want to sell the one you have and get something different? I like working with what I have. I like my S9. I like it a lot. I love it actually. you
Cool
know,
beans.
He was also looking at the range setup because it is digital and you don't have to worry about needles and all that stuff. So it's just I think it's a matter of preference. Just
Right.
what do you like? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, true that, true that. And because like I shared with you, like you see in the back here, I was saying about the Newmark setup, but then I'd gotten to the point where I was like, you know what, with the DJs that I'm around, a lot of them are running Reigns and S9s.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I need to step it up a little bit and start getting into those mixes to really learn and grow into. And I had posed the question before about, and Flash, he has a talk on Sunday night chat, or Monday. Is it Monday or Sunday Flash? I forget. My apologies.
It's Sunday night.
Sunday night chat where DJs come together. We all come together and we chat. We have topics. We have questions, and we talk about. And one of the questions is as a DJ, what do you think about growing into gear?
Mm, that's good. That's as we should. You should always want to master the craft of what you have, and then move. And then move because what is it if you have all those things and you don't know what to do with it?
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
a really good point.
you
And it
should.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I told now I will say this, I'm one of these that I have a lot of gear, but I use it all. That's the thing. Whereas I've seen some that they get gear and they don't use it all. So that's the big difference there. So we know that you're a DJ. We know that you're a mom. We know that you're a wife. Besides the DJ stuff, I see you sitting next to a keyboard. Do you play any other instruments? Do you dabble into producing or anything like that?
I do. I play piano, keyboards, and flute. I have a guitar,
Okay.
but I haven't mastered it yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Okay. Have
Acoustic.
you have you produced any tracks or anything from that, or
Uh,
anything of your own?
I've actually recorded some things on, but not releasing in any, well, that I know of in the near future. It's coming. I just
Cool
let things
bean.
flow. I don't force. I flow. I flow with things. So, I've talked to Kim about a few things and he's heard some. He's like, well, you can definitely play. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know what to do with it. So, I always played instruments because I love music as a whole, production of music. So I would like to produce in near future. Yep.
Cool beans. Now, circling back around to the very first time when you decided you wanted to be a DJ,
Mhm.
what was it that just caught your attention where you said, you know what, this is what I really want to do. This is it. What was it?
So my dad was also a DJ. He was a real, the real DJs. He was one
Uh-huh.
of the old school. Yeah. So I never got to see that. I always heard my family and people who knew my dad talk about it. So before I even learned that information, when I was in high school, I used to make, or middle school actually, I used to make mixtapes for people. I used to stay up at night and push the record button to catch some late night, Quincy Jones music, like all this music, and I just
Yes.
mixtapes on cassette tapes. So um, once I got into high school, I've done marching band, I've done all these things musically, but I never thought that it would lead into what I love. When I would go out, I never wanted to go out to dance. I wanted to watch the DJ. I just wanted to see, how he made the crowd move and vibe, and I was always interested in just being tuned into to what they were doing. So I think it hit me when I worked in cargo for 13 years, and I just knew something was different about me. I wanted to move into the realm of what I've always loved, like I said, which is music. And when my dad passed away, I bought some turntables and equipment, and I would DJ in the bedroom just for myself, just record mixes and mashups and my mind operates in BPMs and keys before there was a mixed in key and all these things. So I'm like, this is something I could see myself doing, even if it was for nobody but myself. And it just
Cool,
turned into where I'm at now. That's what happened. And the rest
cool
is history.
beans.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
The art of the DJ, the turntablism, the scratching, and a lot of people don't, you don't, I don't, DJs and turntablists are not the same thing. I hope people realize that you can be a
Mhm.
DJ and not be a turntablist. And that doesn't make you any less or more of a DJ because you can or can't do that. So, the basics, like just the foundation of everything about the art of the DJ just intrigues me. So I've just, I study the greats. I love DJ Jazzy Jeff. We have a very popular DJ here in Atlanta, DJ Nabs, like the ones who just DJ Grandmaster Flash. Like, I mean, how just the art of hip hop, just everything about DJing and music is me, and that's what I love about it.
Cool beans. So, and how long ago was that when you first started?
Um, didn't have to tell my age. I'm not doing that.
You can just tell us how many years you've been DJing.
And about more than 5 years.
Oh, that's good.
More than
That's good. That's good. So when you
you
when
probably think
when you started DJing, was there one particular song that just really caught your eye? That first song that you played and that you scratched, that you just said, you know what, I'm gonna master this song and I'm just gonna take it to a whole new level,
that I scratched or just song that
or
I've
just played.
one of my favorite songs is SOS band, No One's Gonna Love You, because of the production of it from the beginning to the end, to the singing, to the instruments, and how I picked the instrument, and I love, like, what is the other one? Cool in the Gang,
Hmm.
Summer Madness. Like, I don't
Oh
need
yeah.
when lyrics one song where lyrics mattered and another song where they don't. My dad was a big jazz head, so I grew up on mostly jazz, old school disco. Um, those are my things. So all of that disco era, when it comes to double Dutch bus, when it comes to the hip hop era, or like just all of that, all of anything from the 70s, 80s, I'm in it.
Cool beans.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, of course, the pandemic hit. There's not a lot that we can do. And I know that we had also have a conversation earlier about being live, being live on Zoom. And has it really been one of those things that you feel that you will incorporate into your services that you do, because it looks like some of this virtual DJing is going to become the norm.
Hmm. Should it be?
You can say shouldn't, but the fact is that I really believe it will be, because people who have hired DJs
Hmm.
have gotten a taste of the fact that now they don't have to hire their local DJ.
Right.
They can hire a DJ from overseas,
Mhm.
or pay someone from all around the world if they want a particular type of music or a particular type of party. And nowadays it seems like more and more people are on the go. And then also you got some people that don't want to leave their homes. And you'll find a lot nowadays that even as we move towards vaccines and things like that, and we are instructed to stay in, or even if they go out, you're going to find a lot are able to go out. You'll find some that be like, nah, just stay in house, but I still want to be able to have a moment to where someone's playing something live for me or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
So in terms of that, your services, do you think it'll be something that you'll step towards, or you're going to hold off on it for a little bit, or?
Well, considering I do the radio thing with Rick and Sasha already, it's not the only difference between doing something live on internet and having people see you through Zoom is the fact that there's still a way that you can bring in some income, and that people, for us as DJs, it's not the same experience as being out on the road.
Right.
We don't get to see how people are interacting with us as we're doing it, and it makes it kind of weird. It's like, is this really normal? Is this really how things should be? And is it what's the value in it for people who need the money. Yeah, absolutely. I
Hmm.
say do whatever you feel is comfortable for you to do what it is. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm open to whatever possibilities are out there. I'm not objective to the live thing on. I don't really do a bunch of lives. We did one for Facebook and we got shut down. So
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to tell you about. I'm gonna say ask you about.
right, Zoom is not shutting us down. So that gives an opportunity for people to still feel that human connection, even if it's not personable. So I'm not objective to it. I will definitely be open to doing it, because in radio it's the same thing. Nobody can see you, but you're still giving a service. So
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in terms of you mentioned radio station or
hmm
radio show, tell us about that.
I DJ for Rick and Sasha every Wednesday, and also on Power 965 in New York. They're syndicated radio station. And I've been with them since May of this year, and it's different. Radio is not the same as as doing a show, and it's an 8-minute mix, so it's a really quick vibe. I didn't know prior to this that things were pre-recorded. I always thought the DJ was at the station actually DJing, and now I've learned that that's not the case. So it's a totally different vibe. Yeah, but I love it. I love it. It gives me the opportunity to learn how to edit. You know, which is something I hadn't in the beginning of doing the shows. I had never edited, so they introduced me to another DJ who taught me how to edit mixes in GarageBand and all these possibilities and things you can do to make it creative, and it's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You still have some DJs that go to the station. I go to the station, but sometimes I will do a mix. But yeah, you'll find that more and more because with the recordings, it's easier for the programmers to line that up and fit it in a certain slot and keep moving.
right.
Whereas to with multiple DJs, I found myself in this situation where you got someone on before you and you're coming in, you have to wait for them to break down their equipment if they have brought their own stuff in order to get your stuff in. And so it
Right.
can be a hassle. So I see where, the pre-recorded stuff does work. And we do have a lot of pre-recorded shows as well at our station. So I can definitely see that.
Well, part of it too, like Steve Harvey and them, they're not in a station. Most of
Mhm.
them are in different places, so they have to have somebody to do the. It's just different being in the realm of radio. It's not the same. It's not the same as what you think it may be when you're listening.
Hmm.
hmm
So in terms of, I'm going to give you a scenario.
hmm
And I pray to God that this scenario is one that happens here in this coming year. Lord have mercy. Woo. But let's say we get into a very safe space by summertime,
hmm
right? What is DJ Pheonix Amora doing after that?
As far as I know, I spoke. If I think they're going to be doing an R&B comedy tour with Rick and Sasha, and I've signed up for that as soon as I know more details. I think we're all waiting for the same thing to see what that's going to be, and also if Kim goes on tour, that would be the plan as well to
Cool,
be out on the road. Yeah, I'd like to see what that really looks like.
cool beans.
Yeah,
That would be that sounds awesome.
it should be fun. I think it is, and it's definitely a new realm for me. It's not. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people to to entertain. Yeah.
Well, you can do a good job. As a DJ, all you're doing is you're looking at the crowd. Once you read that crowd, and you get that vibe, and you connect.
Right.
The rest is it, because you can feel the crowd when you get that energy from it. You feel the crowd, and then you just get in that zone. So most definitely. Now, you guys have 5 children, and your oldest child, you said that he's 20 something, but then
26 or
you
20,
have
25.
you have four that are you have the other young ones. Do any of the young ones come to you and say, "Mommy, I want to learn how to DJ," or
Absolutely. Yeah, our 12-year-old, and Christopher, he definitely, and even the baby. Like, yeah, and I'd love to teach them because I feel like that's something that you can't take away from them, even if they decide they want to have their own business. I feel like that as parents, that's what we should be teaching our kids is to have your own if possible. And entrepreneurship is not for everybody, but give them a craft, whatever that is, and let them take that. And if they decide they want to run with it, then they have something that's a good foundation at a young age. Whatever that is. I teach them, piano, flute, whatever, whatever they're drawn to. So yeah, I definitely plan on teaching at least one of them how to DJ, because who am I giving my equipment to when something happens to me? You know, one of you gotta have it. Yeah, one of y'all gonna
Yeah.
learn. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Makes sense. But let's not hope. Let's hope that doesn't happen for a long, long time.
No, but I don't want them to fight over it either. So like, I can talk about it. Ain't none of us gonna make it out of here alive. But I want at least one of them to be able to take care of it and
Cool
to pass
beans.
it on to whoever wants it.
Cool beans. Now, this is a question that when it comes to me personally, I am one, the only time I use this term is if there's a specific distinguishment between their title or something like that. But because I like the title of we're all DJs,
Hmm.
whether you're male or female.
Right.
But there's always that thing of, and when we come and we talk to the female DJs,
Hmm.
as we know that there's way more male DJs.
Right.
So have you felt any, like when before all this stuff happened, you were out on the road and you were out doing gigs or doing anything?
Hmm.
Had you ever experienced anything where it just didn't feel right for you as a female DJ, or did you get any flack or anything, or did you feel like you were under extra pressure for anything?
I mean, the truth is, most industries are male dominated. The truth is, so whether
True.
it be DJ or whatever the case, so I can make this a general statement. So for me and other industries along with DJing, I feel like if anything, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. If I wasn't supposed to be there, I wouldn't be. And to be intimidated is just is putting myself in a place where I'm not going to be able to do what I'm called to do. Now, the spiritual part of that is I'm doing what I don't, whether I'm a female or male, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So to allow somebody else's thing to come into my space makes it
Hmm.
something totally different. So no, I don't feel like I've had it any different than anybody else who shows up. Because I don't allow that into my thing. And
Cool.
I respect everybody. I don't care, what it is. I respect you just as much as you respect me. And even if you don't respect me, I still respect you. I'm not here to be competition. A lot of people ask me, well, do you want to go against so and so or this, that, and the other? It's like, no, I don't, because I respect her for who she is and for who he is, and I'm here to do what I'm supposed to be doing. So why would I put myself in the position to make myself feel less than or more than another person? It's not about ego. It's about, what are you supposed to be doing? Why are you here? I'm showing up to do what I came to do, and that's it.
Gotcha. That makes I like that. I like that.
If that makes sense.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
Right.
So when I was looking at your Twitter, I saw, and pretty much, you've said it over the course of our conversation here. You got God, family, music artist, DJ, musician, fitness,
Mhm.
featured mixed DJ,
Mhm.
musician, fitness, featured.
Mhm.
What is that? Explain that to me if you don't mind.
Oh, musician featured
You got
featured.
you got it as music artist, DJ, musician, fitness, featured mixed DJ.
Mhm. So the featured mixed DJ, I'm on the Rick and Sasha show. I was
Hmm.
actually going into another business venture with that, but I don't know if that's gonna how that's gonna play out. Fitness, yeah, I'm really big into working out. It's for my mental health, not just for what I look like. I started my fitness journey um, 2014 after I quit drinking, smoking, like all those things, and it changed my life because I only knew how to cope with those things that most people are introduced to. So I started going to the gym and working out, and it has put me in a totally different space spiritually, mentally, and physically. I always promote and tell people to be the best version of themselves. So
Hmm.
I'm not saying you got to pick up weights and all these things or do yoga, whatever it is that helps you get into a good headspace. And for me, that's fitness. Musician, yeah, I play flute, keyboards, piano, picking up guitar, and I'm a DJ. Obviously, I don't see myself as not yet. I'm good at turntablism, and I'm still working on it. I'm always a work in progress when it comes to the art of DJing. And what else was there? Was that it?
Yeah, and even like when you're talking about turntablism, we had a few DJs come in, and I like the terms that they use, because I've always been a big proponent of the word practice,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
um, and and then you know how you've always heard the cliche practice make perfect, but
Mhm.
that's impossible.
That's not true.
Um,
Yeah,
so
it doesn't make perfect because you
yeah,
always have room to grow. Yeah.
right. So, but I love what these DJs said. They
Hmm.
said practice makes permanent.
Yes, indeed. I agree with that.
And so I really enjoyed that. So I just wanted to share that with you. So just keep on practicing, doing your thing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and going from there. So I know, like I say, I knew I was going to talk to you for about 30 minutes, sit here, and I could keep asking questions and talking to you about it. But we have a panel of DJs here who are definitely in here right now. So I want to give them the opportunity to ask you questions, and then we'll move from there. I'll circle back around with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to each DJ. Then they'll be able to ask you a question, and we'll go from there. How does that sound?
Sounds good. I'm
Cool
open.
beans. So, as I explained to you today about the DJ Information Group, the DJ Information Group it was founded by DJ Rod Flash, and the vision was there where I said it's all about teaching and learning, sharing, and uplifting the members, uplifting the culture, and continuing to stay plugged into its rich history of of the culture. So and he had this vision. He took a few of us along with him, and we've been building since then. And it's just been great. And we tap into our own, as in you are definitely one of us. And we want to hear your story. We want to know about you, and we want to also know where we can help.
Mhm.
So that's the key with it all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring Rod Flash on, and then he'll kick it off, and then I'll move over to the next DJ.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, your story is dope. Like, and I think what I got from it, you became a DJ because your father was a DJ, in a sense.
No. No.
He started. He planted the bug, in a sense.
Nah, I don't know. I feel because just because somebody else can do something doesn't mean that you can, So, but my dad, hearing about my dad being a DJ is what clicked and made sense for me as to why I'm equipped with how I'm able to do what I can now. Because there's difference between somebody who practices to be something and somebody who has a gift. I feel like I have the gift because of how I've taken breaks and I've been able to catch back on. But yeah, I could see how that could be. Yeah.
And the second question, and this I think you probably hear this all the time.
Hmm.
Being married to a famous person like him and being a DJ,
Hmm.
do you feel sometimes you don't even want people to know you married to come? You just DJ Phoenix Amora?
That's a good question. We were actually talking about that at dinner. I always wonder if people's intentions, what their intentions are when they meet me because they know who my husband is. And I don't. I love my husband. I don't. There's no. We're on assignment, is what I tell people. So there's a purpose in our relationship outside of just him being Kim and me being a DJ. And do I want to just be DJ Phoenix some more? Or do I want to be known as Kim's wife and all those things? I mean, it comes with it. It comes with it. I can't say. It's not. It isn't separate.
Well, you can't separate it, but I think
Yeah.
sometimes people, well, that's Kim's wife, so let's hire her so we can hit Phoenix the more Kim's wife to draw attention to our event.
Absolutely. I completely sometimes I definitely feel that way. And one of the reasons you remember or that he asked me about what I was doing before I met Kim. And I never wanted people to feel like I was riding Kim's coattail. You know, have you ever heard that phrase? And it was like, you know, when he asked me, I was like, no. And my reasoning for saying no was because I didn't want people to think because Kim is Kim that, oh, well, she's a DJ and she just wants to be whatever to get on. Like, no, I'm okay and I can do this on my own. I don't need, you know, any exposure. I'm in the background. I'm cool with being where I'm at. So I do wonder sometimes if I could just show up as that, but I'm, you know, not fortunately. It is what it is.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So
That's pretty much it.
yeah, I do.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Cool beans. So the next guy I'm going to bring him up because, you know, it's only fair because he was the connector to it all.
Okay.
And, you
Now,
know,
you
he,
know,
he, he brought, he contacted you and, he's out of down in H-Town, Houston area.
All right.
That's DJ Big Dooley. What's up?
What's up? My question is, what was the first piece of DJ equipment you got?
The first piece were okay, so and this is how things lined up for me. I was on Craigslist. As I was looking for DJ equipment, I was on Craigslist, and another female DJ was selling all her equipment as a package. So she had a Newmark mixer, she had the 2 turntables, she had the control vinyls. I bought everything for $1,000. When I tell you, you know, most Technics cost more than that just for one of them. It
Mm-hmm.
blessing. It was meant for me to do that. So I know, and I always put God in everything. It was God's will for me to find that in that timing and for me to get it. And so my 2 Technics, the mixer, it came with the control vinyls. And at the time it was Scratch Live, what do you call it? Interface. And that was it. That was everything in one package deal, just like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
And Auntie, she didn't want to ask a question.
Yes, I will. I'll ask a question. When are you going to do another one of those live sets like the last time? When was that? Months ago? It was about 26 minutes, and you had said that maybe you'll do it again. Are you going to do it again?
My intentions are always to do it again. And with Facebook being what it is, and being shut down, and now they've talked about if you do it that you could be banned. I've spoke to Kim and we're trying to find how we can do that without being penalized for it. And we were talking earlier about YouTube and some other things, and maybe building a platform where we can do those things, considering the pandemic and stuff outside of social media. So like maybe you see people doing these live concerts and things like that. That may be part of the plan.
Okay.
I'd love to. I actually, that was my first time doing it, so I don't know if y'all could tell I was a little bit nervous, but once I got into the groove of it, I was okay.
Right.
Yeah, the plan is to do it again.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right, that's it.
All right. Well, I'm going to step on down on my screen there, and I see DJ Country Boy Randy. What's up?
How'd it go? How you all? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yes, sir. I think
Yes,
my
we
mic
hear you.
messed up. You can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And I think it kind of was asked, but I wanted to ask the young lady. And first of all, thank you for sharing with us and being with us. You say you play some instruments. Do you contribute to the music that you Kim produce, or are you on any of the songs, giving input?
I think more inspired by. I don't know about influence as far as musicianship. No, not this this most recent album. I think he's dedicated this album to me, so I've inspired it based off of being present. But as far as musically, no. As far as like actually doing something production wise, no.
Okay, because my wonderment was, you said you were basically old school, and I kind of listened to his music, and it's kind of like jazzy. I don't know what you call it. It's just good music, but it's just jazzy flow. It's not really old school. So that's why I was asking. But I too kind of dabble in old school quite a bit. So I just want to know, if you had to pick one song as your go-to old song, what would it be? For instance, mine is Rocket Robin by the Jackson 5. I love that song.
Oh, I see. For the dance floor or just in general?
Just a favorite, just your, like, yeah, dance floor, maybe dance floor.
Oh, there's so many. I've never been asked that question before. There's so many. Probably something
Yeah,
Rick James.
yeah.
Rick James. I like Rick James. He's good. He's always good for the dance floor. Rick James, Give It to Me, Baby. You got Super Freak. You have so many. Yeah, I have a lot of songs that would be my go-tos for dance floor. I've never been asked that question before. Now you got me pondering and think about it.
Once again, I want to thank you for your time and your participating in the group, and we really appreciate you, and we pray for your continued success.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
All right. So our next DJ actually is one of the female DJs of the group. DJ Big Body, what's up?
I don't have any questions. Just continue on doing what you do. I'm in the nail salon right now. So
Hey.
how are you? Of course it's purple.
One of my favorite colors.
BB loves purple.
Me too.
And then we got DJ Yoshi. He's over there producing producing a track probably right now.
Working.
Yes.
Good evening. Salute to you.
Likewise.
I really came in kind of late, you know, because I worked this morning and, you know, I seen it come across my calendar. I was like, oh, I gotta go get on the Zoom. Just continue to do what you do. And I'm gonna get back to this beat I'm making.
Well, keep at it, man. I'm inspired. Look, I'm sitting here looking at him at the keyboard, like,
I'm trying to get a chord in my head. Is because I got it on like an 80 BPM, and I'm just trying to get a good chord for it. I just learned how to program my beat pad, so yeah, it's a work in progress.
I love that we think in BPMs. It's crazy, and
it is. It's the best though. It's the best.
Nothing like it.
I know that's right.
Keep shining. Keep shining.
I'm trying.
No, you're doing.
I know that's right.
Power in words, affirmations, like speak it into existence.
I'm doing.
You're doing.
All right. Appreciate talking to you. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. I appreciate you as well.
That's what I say. Speak it into existence. I believe if you put it in the air, you can make some things happen.
Yep.
Indeed. We got DJ Infinite in here.
Oh, that's my buddy.
DJ Infinite, what's up? Unmute yourself, bro. There you go.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
All right. I don't have any questions. I'm just here out of support. Hey, Pheonix.
Hi. That's my buddy. He's the one who's taught me how to edit and things like he's also on Rick and Sasha with me. So he's been a big, when we're talking about community and encouragement and helping people, he's been one of the DJs to take me under his wing and to show me some things when it comes to radio, because I had no idea. And I appreciate everything. You know, this group is in this group. That's what
you know. Pheonix is already dope. Like someone I posted, who was it? Just said that they had saw her Mixcloud, and they said that the mixes on Mixcloud were good. And I'm like, these are good. I know exactly what she's doing, what she can do to improve, to make that 8-minute mark. And I know for sure that she was trying to get all the songs in that she probably had in her playlist out in the mix and everything. So I'm like, no, we got to let some things breathe, and sometimes you just got to touch it, feel it, and move on. You know, for those 8-minute segments and everything. So she's a fast learner. She learned very quick. She took it and ran with it. So everything you hear, she's putting it together really well.
Cool beans. Well, we appreciate you being here, man. We definitely appreciate you being here for sure. So thank you. Definitely appreciate you. The next DJ we got is DJ Michael E. I don't know if he's at work, but we'll find out here in a couple seconds.
Mike is at work. You can't see.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so let's move down to DJ Pinky out of Mississippi.
How you doing, ma'am? You caught me off guard there, man. But how you doing, Miss Phoenix?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm blessed, sister. I don't have any questions. I just wanted to say I came on to support you being a female DJ as well. So I just wanted to come on and give you a little support. I'm pretty much old school, so I like rocking with the old school vibe. And I just want to say God bless you and appreciate you coming on, giving us a little insight.
I appreciate your support, and if you ever want to inbox me, I'm here. I'm open. I'm very relatable, and if you ever need anything, shoot me a message. I'm on Facebook. I have Messenger, all those things. I'm very transparent, so just know if you message me, that's going to be the case.
Okay.
An open book. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you.
We're doing. You have a blessed holiday, you and your family.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
All right. So now we got DJ Mike L. What's up, Mike L? What's going on?
What it do? What it do? What it do?
Hi.
Since everybody don't have questions, I got about 30 questions.
All right, let's do it. I got my.
No, I want to know what's your thoughts on a controller DJ and a turntable DJ? That's a good question.
That is a good question, and I don't judge either. So when it comes to controllers, I look at them like it's an alien because I'm not familiar. I've played around with some of them, but when it comes to me physically, like me myself, I don't. As long as they have the foundation, what difference does it make? Unless
Right.
Yeah, as long as you can blend and actually do the job of what a DJ with turntables has, I don't see there's any difference. It's just like
Right.
about the turntablism and things like that. Just because a DJ can't scratch doesn't mean he's not a good DJ.
Right.
Foundation of blending and all the other things that come with that, then it's the same. And learning how to cater to the client and playing the music as it should be done.
Right.
Other than that, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Exactly. That was my whole argument. It's the same.
Yes, unless you're going to talk about actually DJing vinyl, and then that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
We don't live in the age of vinyl, so am I less of a DJ because I'm not DJing vinyl, which I plan on learning? But just because you got a system, use them. You have these tools for a reason, and technology upgrades for a reason. So use it, and don't let it use you. I guess that's what I should say.
Hey, you're right. You are right.
Yeah.
And my number one question is always, do you do DJ drops?
Do I do DJ drops?
Yeah.
Never asked me that before. So
I better stop while I'm ahead. I'm asking too many questions.
No, but it would be interesting because when I first started, I didn't have any DJ drops. So I had to have somebody do them for me. And everybody's like, why don't you do your own? It's like, because I don't want to hear me talk. I want somebody else to make it sound a certain type of way. Now, could I do them? Yeah, I'm sure I could. But that's something that I would have to, who wants my DJ drops? I'd have to like promote myself doing that. So it would be interesting to learn voice stuff.
Yeah, it's a whole nother lane for you, like if you ever got into it.
Okay, well, I appreciate that insight because I'll definitely write it down and see where it takes me. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all I had for you, and I salute you. Just keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go down here to B More, DJ Joe Storm. What's up?
I'm grabbing my charger. Sorry.
Hold on, wait for the grab a charger.
All right, you got me back.
Okay. Pheonix Amora, peace, queen.
Peace and blessings. Nice to meet you. I see you.
I really ain't got no questions. The only thing I can say, based upon what I'm hearing now, you and your husband are human metronomes. You know,
Gnomes.
uh, by being that you play instruments and DJ and he plays instruments, to me it's like it runs hand in hand. You know, so
Definitely
only
what
God,
he was doing, because I would have never thought.
yeah,
Asked me 10 years ago that I would be married to somebody who we are so much more have so much in common, I would have said, yeah, right. Okay. Sure. But that yeah, it's a match made in heaven. It's a match made in heaven.
well, only thing I gotta say is that you have a great spirit, uh, and you do it for the music. You love music. It seems like you're a person that loves life, and that's what it's really all about. So just keep doing what you're doing and stay blessed.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And I needed that today. I needed that. I needed that. It's nice to meet you.
Cool beans. Cool beans. Now, the next individual that I'm going to bring up, I'm saving one for last, but we got DJ Maurice in the house.
Okay.
Unmute yourself, bro. I'm sending you a request right now. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, how y'all doing?
All right.
I'm glad to be on with y'all. Just got off work.
Okay. We have DJ Pheonix Amora in here. You got any questions?
Hey, Miss Amora.
Hello, sir.
Being a female DJ, what's some of the pros and cons that's been approached to you?
Pros and cons. The pros are I'm a female DJ, you know, and I have had the pleasure of working with some beautiful people, male and female, that aren't afraid to give out advice, in this world of me, or this, it's all about them. They're willing to share their gifts to help the next person. The cons is sometimes I feel like, how am I supposed to show up as a female DJ, because you have so many different varieties of the expectations of being a successful female DJ. I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to wear this, I got to wear that. So the cons are there's so much, if when you focus on where you're supposed to be, I don't really, the cons aren't really a factor.
Right.
I try to stay in a positive light and stay in my lane. So I don't, like I said earlier, the competition thing is one of those things. I think the cons is being that, you're a female DJ, you might feel like you need to compete with the next person, and that's not the case. You can still show up without having to see your sister as a competition. It could just be, we're female DJs and we're doing this for the empowerment of women who know how to rock the tables. So yeah.
Well, that's it. That's good.
Yep.
I can appreciate that.
Likewise. I just wanna do what I love. That's it.
And everything else it'll come along. Like I say.
Falls into place. Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right.
Cool beans. All right. So now I have two others here. I'm going to bring on an individual who is not a DJ, and then I'm going to bring on another female DJ after that.
Okay.
This young lady here just happens to be my wife. But Miss Anitra Wilson, are you there?
Yes, love, I am here. Hello, Miss Pheonix Amora. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yes. I just want to say it has been a pleasure just listening to you. I kind of went on your Instagram page and I've been stalking it or whatever, but and it was good. It was all good. But I do want to say, like my husband said, I'm not a DJ. I don't play instruments, but I love music. I sing, and when I see a keyboard, I'm like, I just want to hit a note. but your spirit is amazing. And you were talking about affirmations and just doing what you love. And I have my jar here with affirmations on it. And I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing, because just listening to you and then following you on on Instagram, it's like we have a lot in common. And when you were talking about the fitness and how it just helps you, I become, my husband say I'm bougie with it, but I have become a really in tune to fitness, and it just does something to me. And when I have the music, and sometimes I'm listening to your husband while I'm doing my exercise, it's amazing. So just keep doing what you're doing. You have a gift, you have several gifts, and the future is looking quite wonderful for you.
I appreciate that. And I see you when I look at you, I see me and I see you. So it's funny because like I was thinking about getting my braces back because I have a gap in my teeth. Look, I thought about it, I'm looking at you like she's beautiful. So what's the,
Thank you.
Come
There's a story behind that gap. Maybe one day.
Yes.
Hear it. I'd like to hear it for sure.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good
All
night.
right.
You too.
So this next individual that I'm bringing on is one of the very first female DJs in the hip hop culture.
All right. Who's
And
that?
her name is DJ Baby D from the Mercedes Ladies.
That sounds familiar.
Hi. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. I really didn't have too many questions, but the one thing that I love doing is when they have other female DJs come on, I like to sit down and take notes. And I hollered when you were talking about the vinyl and how the next step of how their DJ today was kind of alien, because I looked at it too and I'm like, oh my God, because I'm coming back out and I'm vinyl. And I looked at the sets today and went, E.T. phone home. No, what in the world?
Right.
But so the whole experience of DJing and being you, what's the positiveness of it all that you can relate to us? Like Big Body, she's one of the younger female DJs, and like we're kind of older, so I talked to her and everything. But what kind of great spiritual and positive advice you can give to her?
Okay, so in a world full of music that doesn't always have substance, if that makes sense.
Perfect.
In the times that we're in right now, you get to choose how you want to what type of DJ you want to be and what type of music you want to play. You don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. And that's something I've committed spiritually to when I'm playing on the radio and the things that I decide that I want to play or what I don't want to play. I'm firm in that, so you get to decide on how you show up. And words, like I said, words have power. So when you're listening to certain types of music, you have to be careful what you allow into your windows and your soul. I know I'm getting on the spiritual.
Well, for me,
this is
they both kind of coincide, because you're right. You can't just let any old thing come into your soul, so to speak. And it's like, even though I haven't touched the turntables or anything in years, but I still listen. And there's some music I sit back and I'm like, what on earth? And I'm not going to play that. There was this young man that befriended me last night, and he said, I would like you to listen to one of my songs I did. And so I said, okay, I have no problems doing that. And when I listened to this young man, all I can do was scream, thank God maybe R&B is coming back, because that's the one thing I love. And I'm looking at the music today and I'm like, what happened to R&B? The real
R&B.
soulful R&B.
It's not R&B. And if we're getting into that subject, when it comes to, I was talking to Kim and some DJ Infinite about Grammys and all these things, is sometimes you have to compromise your integrity to, or do what's popular for the moment. That's why these songs come in waves where they're popular today and they're not tomorrow. And that type of music just doesn't interest me. It's like ADHD. you know?
Right.
Like, it's short. You really don't, yeah, it's like, am I really listening to the lyrics? No, but I like the beat. And it's like, it's about when music had substance is when it had lyrics that mattered. Now they
Right.
talk about stuff that was appropriate, depending on your age bracket, but at least then it had substance. So I'm firm believer that we should as DJs, we should be playing music of substance because we have the ability to move and influence people.
Yes. That you're absolutely right with that. Because like when I hear something, oh, so and so is coming out with something new, the first thing I do, because I'll listen. If it doesn't grab me in the first 8 bars, I'm not gonna like it at all.
Right.
And I'm like, cookie cutter, cookie cutter, cookie cutter. Wow, this is a different music. I said, yeah, but the person that's singing sound like the two other females over there. They're all sounding the same. There's no substance. And I was like, me as a DJ, I want to play sounds with substance, sounds that's gonna make people, move, but it's not with all this cursing and killing each other. I'm like a ain't no stopping us type of DJ. That's what I wanted.
Let's go. And that's the and when you go deeper into that, that's the agenda of the machine, is to make people be influenced by things in order just to grasp them for the moment, and then they end up doing things that they don't even realize. And I remember when I used to listen to, before I knew any better, and there's nothing wrong with people creating however they create. I'm not knocking
Right.
that choose wherever God puts them, or whatever spirit they're on. That's it. But I used to listen to 3 6 Mafia. I used to listen to music that had lyrics, and now that I know better, I choose not to. I choose not to move in that realm. So I'm very firm on being okay with not playing certain types of music. I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with it. And if somebody asks me to play it and I'm at a party or something like that, it's like, okay, sometimes I pray I may not have it. But at the end of the day, I'll I'll play it because they're that's the client.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it for me. And many blessings and much more success for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I was sitting here taking notes as well, and my wife said it, Pinky said it. As far as your spirit, it is beautiful. You have a very open, and I can tell that you have a very open and giving spirit. And I can also see that it really flows into what you do as your whole fabric of just the person that you are. So it just means a lot for us to have you here because it shows that you know you're open, you're honest. I love your honesty. I love your transparency. It's beautiful. Your transparency is absolutely wonderful. And I also feel, even though you may have you haven't been doing it for a long time, like you said, but I can also feel that you really know the music, you know the culture, you understand the culture, and you vibe with the culture. And it just
That is my word, is vibe. That's my word.
yes, yes.
Yes.
And you could feel that. I could see it. That when you talk about music, how you light up. Just in talking about the DJ, and every time you mention DJ, or you mention something about the tables or the music or whatever, you get this look on your face. So that tells me that it's just really ingrained in you that way. So that's really, really a beautiful thing. And say Dooley asked me a question. Can you ask her? Will she be? Oh, okay. I'll ask you that here in a sec. But we just really appreciate you being here. We really appreciate you taking the time to really talk to us as DJ Pheonix Amora. And the question was asked, do you get swallowed up by your husband, basically? We know your husband. We love your husband. God knows on my radio shows, I play a lot of his music. But also at the same time, we want to learn to love DJ Pheonix Amora as well. And that just makes it great because now there's two of you in the household that we're vibing with and we're having a good time with. So that's
Right.
what I really like. Um, But I do have this particular question. Well, actually, I have two questions. The first question is well, we know where did Pheonix Amora come from?
I had that discussion today too. So Pheonix Amora is a part of my testimony. So it's all of us. You know, we're all phoenixes. We have these ashes that we come from after being through trauma, and we grow from it. We rise above it. And Amora, actually, Amor means love in Spanish. So
Mhm.
because I'm a girl, so you know I had to make it
Right.
a bit more feminine. And it's my mantra, or whatever you want to call it. My phrase is grounded and rising in love, and that is my
It's
mission. That is my mission. My mission and purpose is to encourage others to do the same. You can overcome anything, and I'm sure one day I'll be able to share my testimony. But if you can, you can come through anything. You can overcome anything, any obstacle, anything that you go through has purpose and intention, the good and the bad. So that's how that came about, and I'm sure we'll get into it at some point.
grounded and rounded by love,
Grounded and rising in love.
rising in love. You know what? That matches you to a T.
Thank you.
It really does. You know, if you really think about it, it really, really does. You know, because we see that you're a grounded individual, you know, and we see that you really, and with the things with what you have in your life and the things that you do, at least in the culture side, we see the love there. We see your family. When I read your bio and read things about you, you're grounded in your roots of your spirituality. You know, just everything, just being the family person, the whole deal. You're there. That matches you perfectly. So good choice on your name for sure.
Oh,
Great.
I'm just a vessel. I'm just trying to show up and do what I'm supposed to be doing. Whatever God wants me to do, I'm here for that, and that alone, and nothing else. So
And for that, you will continue to be blessed. Some things don't, sometimes I feel that, sometimes you have to go through a little bit of mud, but you can always wash your feet off and keep going, you know. So that's how I look at that. But this has truly been good. Oh, wait a minute. We got DJ Miss Official. I don't know if she's driving, but if she's in here, I'll give her a chance. And while I do that, DJ Michael E, yeah, he was at work, but he did put a message in here. He says she plays some nice sets on Mixcloud.
thank you.
So I guess they really enjoyed that. And DJ Miss Official, there she is. She is here. So let's give her an opportunity.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
I'm just getting in from doing a gig, but it's good to see another female DJ on here that's doing her thing. And, I've listened to some of your sets. You really be killing it. So
thank
definitely you. Say salute and, just continue. And I hope God keeps blessing you in your endeavors.
I pray the same for you and your family. Tell everybody I said hello.
We'll do.
So as you move forward in your endeavors and of course you and your family, you guys continue to do things. Of course, I know that there will be even more power coming out of everything that you plan to do in this culture. And as you grow in this culture, you will radiate that rising love, that groundedness, and be able to bring some of that to some DJs who need to be grounded. So and
my inbox is always open for anybody who needs, whether it's on a spiritual level or DJ level, whatever. I'm open to helping. That's why we're here. We're here to help each other. So I'm if you ever have any questions, my door is open.
beautiful. And that is perfect, especially as you've like I've explained with the DJ information group, that kind of ties right in. And of course, you're family now. So, you're part of the group, and if you haven't received the invite already, you will definitely get that invite. to the group, and we want to be able to actually continue to interact with you and help you in any way that we possibly can, you and your husband. If if he has some tracks or something that he's working on and he's like, I need an extra set of ears, send them to us. You could just come in and say, hey, what's up, y'all? I got something I need you guys to hear. We're not releasing it. It's staying here. We need your feedback, blah, blah, blah. And you could take it to the bank that we will do exactly what you request. So, and that's what we're here. We're here to support you. We're here to make sure that you get what you need, and also to let you know that you are definitely a part of us. And we want to make sure that that is just the key, that is just a thing, and you are able to take that. And we're not saying that just to be saying it, but it's actual fact. There is no what do we call that? There is no alternative facts here. It's all truths. So we definitely want to do that. So the last question I usually ask is this. I just see Showtime just popped in here. DJ Showtime out of Baltimore. You have any questions?
No, brother, just here to support. Appreciate all that you do. And like he said, if you ever need us for anything, we here. And we will do exactly as you ask, and we will support in any way we can.
Thank you. And the support is mutual.
No doubt.
Cool beans. So the question I ask, usually ask on it, that I ask as the last question.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
What homework do you have for us?
Homework?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
What is it that you would like from us? What homework is there for us? I use that word homework because it takes you back to the days of school.
Yeah. Homework.
And that could be, it could be something as simple as Kim, you want us to help push Kim's project, or you got something you want to do. You want us to make sure that we friend you on Mixcloud, any of that, but and something about the culture, any of that.
Okay. I would not make a good teacher. Look. Homework. No, yeah, so if you want to follow me, that's good. I follow back between Instagram, Facebook. Definitely, if it's a Facebook group, you can add me. I'll add you back, and it is it's obviously my real page. So we can communicate and have an open dialogues. Anything you guys need from me as far as homework. Can somebody teach me how to organize my Serato crates?
Well, we got a bunch of us in here that'll help you with that.
I have really bad, no, it's not bad OCD. I have OCD, which is a gift. Like
yeah, me too.
I'm trying to learn how to get all these extra songs deleted out of my Serato and like organize them into nice little categories. Somebody could teach me how to do that. I would appreciate it.
Yeah. The hardest thing, well, I won't say the hardest thing about being a DJ, but it's definitely one of the hardest tasks that we have, and that is crate work.
Yes, Lord.
Crate work is something else.
Oh my God.
Because there's not been one piece of software. Now they used to have one software that would do it, something monkey. I can recall, but that particular software didn't do all I thought it would do. So I still wound up going through and deleting a lot of stuff manually. So as it pertains to crates, I will tell you the easiest way that I found it to be is that I try, and it's going to always get messed up because you're going to create more crates and you're out on gigs or planning for a gig or whatever it may be, or planning sets, because we're not really doing too many gigs now, but you may have a set you're going to play on your Mixcloud or something. What I've found is that I try to match my hard drive where I store all my music. I tried to make those folders match my Serato crates.
That makes sense.
So if I got R&B, if I got an R&B folder, inside that folder, I may have 70s, 80s, 90s. So in my music folder where I store all my music on my Mac, I have a R&B folder and it says 70s, 80s, 90s. So the music that's in my 70s folder is in the 70s and so on and so forth. And I've just found it easier that way. Because if something gets messed up, guess what? I already have it laid out here. I can just put it back.
That's smart. I didn't know how to do that. So that's my next venture. So yeah, I appreciate that. That's homework for me more so than it is you, but I need that information.
But yeah, please come back because I know Rod Flash, definitely he has a lot. Michael, Joe Storm, a lot of us in here have a lot of experience with that. Showtime, we have a lot of experience doing that stuff. So we would graciously help you, no problem whatsoever. And if you need to do a private Zoom with it, we do those all the time. As a matter of fact, since this pandemic has been, I think we've met nearly every day. There's very few days that we haven't met, even though we have our normal meeting every Wednesday or every Tuesday. We'll do them all through the week. So it's never a time. Whenever the time is flexible for you, you can hit us up. And of course, you got my number. You can just call me or you can send me a text and we'll make some things happen for sure. So
Sure.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But this has been really, really good. And we have really enjoyed you. I hope you've gotten something from this and learned a little bit more about us as you. And just please make sure you stay in contact. Please tell the family we said hello. And just know that we are here for you. So if you got any other, there are several DJ groups out there and, a lot of great ones. But the DJ information group, like I say, we're all about information and sharing and teaching. So we are definitely here for you. And even Dooley has on his T-shirt right there. So we'll talk about that as well. So we'll definitely talk about the T-shirt and go from there too. So I'm sorry.
I said for sure. I'll be
Oh
around
yeah.
in the group. So I'm there. I'm scrolling. I don't really interact a whole lot, but I'm in there. So I'll be more interactive. I promise I'll make sure I'm more present within the group.
Cool beans. And your mix cloud, is it just Pheonix Amora or
All my social media is DJ Pheonix Amora. So IG, Facebook, Mixcloud, everything is DJ Pheonix Amora. I think Mixcloud is Pheonix Dash Amora or something like that. Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I can tell you like this. You're going to probably wind up getting flooded with a bunch of new followers. So look for that.
Yeah, I don't unfollow because somebody doesn't, if you want me to, I'll follow you. I'll follow back if you follow me for sure. If I don't see you, tell me. So shoot me an inbox so that way I can see you because I have, once you get to a certain amount, you can't see everybody.
Right.
If just shoot me a message and let me know, and then I'll follow back. I love following other DJs just to see, what everybody's doing.
Okay. Now, the other thing I do want to share with you is that every month, the DJ Information Group, we have a spinathon, a DJ spinathon. And what we do is we have DJs come and they'll spend, 30 minutes. And the biggest spinathon that we've had has been 20 DJs. We did one for 10 hours, almost 11 hours.
10 hours?
Yeah. But and then we about a couple months ago we had an all female spinathon, female DJ spinathon, and we had I think it was 16 on that one. So but we have those every month, and the next Flash, when is the next spinathon? Is it January? I think we have one in January. I know we have something coming up on the 12th. And that is a Soulful Saturday. But we also have the spinathons every month. And I think the next one is in January. So we'll definitely keep you up to date on that as well. Because, if you want to come through and spin, we'd love to have you. Come and chill with the family, do your thing. And just vibe out with us because that's what we do. And and like last night, if you would have been on here last night, you would have been like, oh my God, because we were really vibing with old school last night.
Yeah,
So
I'll watch one and then spin one. How about that?
that'll work. That'll work. That'll definitely work. So we look forward to continuing to add more fellowship to you, and vice versa. And you tell everyone we said hello. Tell Kim we salute him. DJ Pheonix Amora, we salute you.
Thank you.
So, and your kids all as well. Yes, indeed. And we will just say good night to you. And like I say, if you need us, we're here.
Okay. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate all the love and support. We appreciate all the love and support, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be a part of the group. And like I said, my door's open. If you guys need anything, I'm here. And yeah, thank you.
We thank you. We thank you for your time and everything as well.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Bye,
All right. Take
everybody.
care. Bye-bye.